Love you guys, man. Happy New Year. It's really like a couple of days past last year. So it's really like not a new year in a way, I was just thinking about all the mistakes I made while I was growing. And a lot of times what we're doing out here is we're just like in our own heads about what we're going to do and how we're going to do it. And instead of just asking somebody or getting help or an advisor of some sort, what's up, Jeremy? We just do it. We just keep doing it on our own. And it's not going to work. It's not going to work out for you because there's somebody else that's already been down that path. It's not necessary. And I'm not saying you even need to ask me, but plenty of people do. But the mistakes you're going to make are the ones where you're thinking in terms of like your own pocketbook, your own problems, instead of trying to solve other people's problems. Your own pocketbook, meaning just because you don't have money for a deal doesn't mean that deal can't go down. And that deal needs to go down. Even if that means you're not involved financially, it still could go down. You could still make that happen. And I've hooked people up around the country with deals before. I can't remember their names, That's just part of life. You just do that, you know what I mean? Just going out there throwing some seeds. But I've also hooked up people where that person wanted cash, or I didn't have the money, or whatever it was, and they just sent me the difference, or we split the difference in the profit. And so the other mistakes that I made is thinking in ways that are not scalable. So if you're doing like 5 phones a week, that's not that same method isn't going to work at 20 phones a week. It's definitely not going to work at 50. It's also not going to get you. It's also not going to get you to 50 a week because you're going to be running around and doing things that don't make sense. Chicken food rattling in the back. And those things would be like thinking maybe, okay, I'll go hand out business cards all day. You can do that while you're out and about, but that's really probably not going to get you the business. Or trying to post a bunch of free ads on Facebook Marketplace only to have them taken down. Or driving several hours for deals. Like, these are mistakes that I made. I cringe thinking about, I drove to New Orleans once, hour and a half. A lot of times what would happen is I would get extra deals on the way there, but this time I didn't. I bought a phone. I maybe made $50 on it. So really, did I make money? No. I mean, even employees bill out 60 cents a mile. So if I was billing out 60 cents a mile without billing out my time, I lost $30, $30, and put the wear and tear on my car. And honestly, my wife sat me down and was like, "Look, you're driving everywhere. And I don't think it's going to work out like that. I don't think it's going to work how you think it's going to work out. Even though you have days where you do really well, the net of it is, do you have enough saved up to buy another car in cash?" And the truth is, at the time, I did not. So thinking in ways that are not scalable. And these are the hardest ones. These are not, you cannot spot them yourself because you are thinking with your small current mind. And I'm not saying like you, but I'm going to do a lot more than I'm doing now. So my mind is small compared to what it's going to be. It hasn't expanded past my own level. So all I can do in a lot of ways is think at my current level when I could ask somebody that's already gotten past me. Or they've gotten past me maybe in a similar type of business. And so running all over town, trying to pick up your own deals, not having drop-off locations, multiple of them, and not keeping cash on you during holidays. Trying too hard to get too few phones. Looking on Facebook Marketplace too much, maybe looking in other areas. These things can be good, but if you're already killing, you need to have someone else that's doing these things, responding to your ads, putting up ads for you, someone that, systems that are going to be in place to where you can manage these people and the maps and the routes and the book of business on the back end and the communications. And so one of the other mistakes I made is even though I hired a lot, sometimes I hired too soon to where then those people weren't trained properly. And then the other thing is, other things, I waited too late. I waited way too long. Like, I shouldn't have been responding to my own ads all the time because I'm not as fast as my assistant is. She's much, much better. She's much, much more on it. Yeah, maybe she might use a more systematic approach and occasionally make me less on a deal than maybe I would. But then again, I've got to distract myself from the prize and go and respond at leads and ads, and it's not gonna prosper me like that. And so, building these systems and building these processes, putting them on paper, and teaching your people how to do them, so you can move onward and upward to new relationships, new stores, new profit centers, new buyers, all of those things that are harder and make less sense for you to hire out right out the gate. So that's really it, guys. I gotta run. I gotta call in a minute. Peace out.